at every step should have corrected Duryodhana, not only at the point of the war. Was that discussed? So that is an important aspect. See, just because Duryodhana made him a king, he came under that obligation so much that he could not have the guts to tell Duryodhana right in the beginning also that look, what you are doing is not proper. He should not have participated in the game of dice. He should not have made the comments on the game of dice. You know, all those things he also did, which is not appropriate. Only one thing he did was that he told them that I do not support the game of dice and the manipulation by Shakuni in the game of dice. This is not a good sign of a Kshatriya. It is better to go and fight the Pandavas and have a war. But he never told Duryodhana that what he is doing is wrong. And so it is not appropriate. He did not do his duty as a friend. Just because your friend has given you certain benefits and you are obliged for that particular benefit, but for the bigger context of dharma and value-based life, it is not appropriate if one comes under the obligation. And if someone says that if he had walked out, this would have been ungrateful on his part, then that is not right. As it was said earlier, one should drop such people. The bad friends one should drop. So it is better not to have been a king, but found some other way to come up and compete against Arjuna and whoever else, the Pandavas basically, than to accept the support of Duryodhana. If Karna was very objective and clear, he should have done that.
I think that is a very important point. The desire to rise actually made him fall.
Yeah, the means which is adopted is important. No? Right in the beginning, when Duryodhana offers him the kingdom of Anga, that is fine, where he accepted it. But the moment he finds that Duryodhana is expecting his support in the wrong things, then he is compromising there. From then onwards starts the compromise. So it's not only a question of war. And in this there are karmic implications also. You build a negative karma. The moment you be on the side of somebody who is doing adharma, you build your negative karma. Unnecessary. Because of somebody's wickedness, now you are getting negative karma because you are supporting. So one has to be very clear on that. You can apply this in day-to-day life. These are examples which are there in the scriptures, but same thing will happen in day-to-day life also. Somebody gives you a lift, somebody gives you promotion, somebody gives you so much of support, but if that is done in a dharmic way and that person himself is doing adharma and expects that just because he brought you up you should support him in adharma, that is not fair.
Sometimes while receiving also the person has to be discriminative,
Yeah.
to not take undue favors. When somebody is unreasonably being good to us, then probably is a ulterior motive for it.
Swamiji, but isn't it true that scriptures, we should take it not like by word, like word to word, we should like apply it depending.
In spirit only.
So like as it says in the Ram first verse I was saying, so it said that, but you have to understand the situation and then apply it, rather than saying it's written in the scriptures, we have to follow it.
Yeah, definitely. The spirit is more important than the letter. That's why we spoke about it, that if the analogy has a certain context, that you be selfless. That's the only context of the analogy. It doesn't mean that your problems are not significant at all. If you go literally by it, it seems very unjust, no? That your problems, even though they are like mountains, become a speck of dust. And the problem of the friend, even if it is a dust, should be considered like a mountain. Spirit, not the letter. Okay, so the last part here now is, see, there are some more subhashita that I have given to you. You can go through them. The essence of it is the same that we have spoken in Ramcharitmanas. Just that I wanted to make you aware Um, so in this most of them are very easy to understand. When you go through the English translation itself, you will understand. Just I want to take one or two of these, some of these, which are very simple and nice, just to become aware. Details are not required because already I have done the explanation. So the first one is from Panchatantra actually. It says that Apad Kale tu Samprapte Yan Mitram Mitram Evata. That in the times of difficulty, a person who stands by you is a friend indeed. Vriddhi Kale tu Samprapte Durjanopi Suhrit Bhavet. In the most difficult, in the most prosperous time, even the enemies may become your friends because then obviously you are prospering. And what are these testing times? So the next line verse says, Utsave, those who are with you in times of celebration. Vyasane, when you get into a bad habit, person helps you to come out. Not that he is with you in that, so you drink, he drinks, both of you drink happy. Vyasane prapte. Durbhikshe, when there is a famine, when there is no food available. Shatru sankate, when enemies are surrounding you, or you are in some deep trouble, at that time, Rajadware, in the court, meaning there is some, some people have put some legal proceeding against you, or income tax has raided you, or wrongly certain things are being done against you. At such difficult times, Shmashane, and at the time of death in your family or your close ones, when you are feeling so much of sorrow, these are the times. Ya tishtati sabandhava. Who is there with you? That person is your real friend. Then the third one speaks about the tuning with the friend, which is a very nice one, which is the Tadevasya Paramitram. That person is your supreme friend. Yatra Sankram Matidvayam. Dushte Sukham cha Dukkham cha Praditchayeva Darpane. Just as in the mirror, as soon as you come in front of the mirror just reflects who you are. In the same way, a friend does not even need to speak words. You don't even have to speak words to your friend. The moment if the friend sees you, the friend knows that this person is not alright, something is wrong with this person. Or in good moments, when you are very happy, the person knows that something extraordinary has happened, or the person is very happy. So the tuning is such that just by looking, the friend understands. Then we come to fifth one, which says that Shubham va yadiva papam dveshyam va yadiva apriyam. Dveshyam va yadiva priyam. So it says in whether it is auspicious or whether it is wrong things, whether it is something which is palatable or not palatable. Aprishtaha tasya tat bruyat. Even when the friend is not asking you, still what you think right, you must speak. Yasya na echat parabhava. That saves a person from future disasters. Now you just see this one shloka applies so clearly to that Karna example. If it is not good or not, if it is bad, if Karna had said to Duryodhana, future disasters could have been avoided. Even at the last minute, the war he could have walked out, Duryodhana would have thought twice. Because Duryodhana was thinking that Karna is with me, so I have somebody to fight against Arjuna. He would have still thought twice. So if a friend gives timely advice, whether asked or unasked, but unasked you should be careful. When it is your best friend, then only do it. Not with all the other types of friends, so many. Don't give unasked advice to your buddy. Finish. Whatever is there, basic relation, that also will go away. In a best relationship, in a friendship which is very deep, then you can give unasked. Then come to the ninth one, which says, who is a bad friend? He says, Rahasya Bhedo Yachyaja Naishturyam Chalachittata. Krodho nisatyata dyutam etan mitrasya dushanam. A bad friend has these qualities. What are they? The bad friend will always reveal the confidential matters. Will not keep the secrecy. Will go and tell the people, especially the enemies. Always is demanding. Always keep saying that give me more, more and more. It may be in terms of time, it may be in terms of emotion, it may be in terms of money, support, anything. He is never happy no matter how much the friend gives. So always demanding. Chalachittata is very restless, is not focused and steady in thinking. Very tentative. Krodha is very angry. For small things can get angry, can get very disturbed, can even emotionally blackmail. Many things can happen. So Krodha, Nisatyata, can even utter falsehood. To gain what one wants, one can even manipulate information, tell the lies. Two people can be made to quarrel against each other. Anything that friend will do to save one's reputation. So that person is a bad friend. And the last one here is Dyutam, gambling. So never a person should be with that friend in gambling, in drinking, in all these kind of vices. Dyutam etan mitrasya dushanam. 11th point, 11th one here is a nice one. That see, no matter we have friends, we don't have friends, more than having more friends, what is important is I develop independence. Friends should never be a cause of my dependence. They should not bind me at all. Friends are not a means to escape from one's own loneliness. They are not a means to run away from my own self. If I have some time available, I should not compromise my solitude and the time I spend with myself with going and meeting friends, talking to them, chatting, and losing that kind of independence. Because a person who is independent, who can introspect, who is strong, only is a person who can be a good friend. If I use friendship only as a means to escape, then there is a problem. Because my friends become my dependents. And then I do not feel comfortable to be with myself. So along with friendship, solitude must go hand in hand. Remember these 2 points very clearly. And this applies to any relationship. Every relationship a human being has, it becomes a means of escape only for a human being. And that's why one becomes dependent in that relationship. Especially with friends. So how much time do I spend by myself alone? In a day, there should be at least 15-20 minutes I spend myself thinking about how can I improve myself, what are the things I can do to cultivate selflessness, what are the things I can do to focus on the purpose of my life. That is not selfish. That is being focused. That is being balanced. If one does not do that, many times you will see it happens that some people say that for the friend I will do anything, everything, forget oneself, does not even bother about one's life and just keep spending time with the friends. And suddenly one finds that after some time these friends have risen in life and reached some point and now I am left behind. Then one feels insecure, then one feels, oh God, I did so much for my friends, but my friends are somewhere and where am I? And nobody bothered, nobody helped me out, I did so much of sacrifice. All that kind of thoughts will come into the mind. So it's important to balance, not to be a loner. Loner means somebody who is just lonely all the time and does not mix with people, and not to be so over friendly that one forgets. Many people do that even in studies. They'll all be together, all the friends and all that, and then finally suddenly that 3 idiots you saw, that fellow's name only is not there. They are searching, where is Amir Khan's name? They thought that he would have failed with them. But finally what happened? That guy is a topper, his name is up there. Of course, in that he never ditched his friends, he always supported, he brought both of them up. But that is what can happen. So the importance of being with oneself and being with friends, that balance should always be struck. Especially nowadays, because there are so many avenues available to just connect, and we are all the time connected to the friends but totally disconnected with ourselves, which is not a good thing. We have to fall back on ourselves, our mind only after all it will go through everything. So it is important to balance solitude and friendship. Then comes 13th one, which speaks about being very loving and yet being detached. It says mitram va bandhurva naiva ati pranaya piritam kurya. Do not exploit the friend. Don't keep demanding so much from the friend that the friend feels drained and exploited, and the friend gets frustrated with you. Oh God, how much more? Give the healthy space. So he says swam vatsam ati pibantam vishana kotya shipati dhenu. A cow will push away its own calf also, which goes beyond a certain limit and tries to only extract more milk out of the mother, even though the calf has got satisfied. So that is the example given here, that if the calf troubles the cow so much and the cow feels very painful and gets very exhausted, the cow will kick away its own calf also. The same thing can happen in a friendship also. So give the friend that space. Don't become possessive, don't become so attached, don't become so close and so demanding that you can't even see that the friend needs the space. Then that person will kick you, then that is a big, emotionally you may get hurt, or even the person may break that relationship, then that is most damaging. So give that space, which is important. And then 14th and the 17th one, they are very beautiful. All the good qualities of a friend are listed there. Papa nivarayati yojayate hitaya, that we spoke about. Removes from the bad path, puts you to the good path. Guhyam niguhati, protects your secrets. Gunan prakriti karoti, manifests your potential. Apad gatam cha jahati dadati kale. At the right time, when you need something, at that time he gives. Apad kalam na jahati, in the difficult times doesn't leave you. Sanmitra lakshanamidam pravadanti santana. This is the qualities of the good people, good friends. And last one here, 17th says, before 17th, take the 16th one. A nice analogy in that. Narikela samakara drishyante hi suhrijanaha. The good friends are like coconut. If banana is written there, you cut that. It's not banana, it's coconut. Narikela is coconut. Kalali phalam is banana. So good friends are like coconuts. Why? Because the outer skin, the shell, what do you call shell? The shell is inside, the outer husk is all very, it may appear also tasteless. But actually the coconut from inside is very sweet. The water is sweet, the coconut and the malai and all that is very nice. So in the same way, those are the friends who may even look from externally, they may not look so great or attractive, or they may not have certain kind of a personality, but their heart is very good. So they are the people who are like coconut. And who are the bad ones? Anye badirika karaha bahireva manohara. Others are like the berry. They look very nice. There are some types of berries, they are called wild berries. You can't eat them. They look very good. Very attractive colors they will have. But if you eat them, they are poisonous, you will die only. So the bad friends are like that. They may look very attractive, but if you befriend them, they will destroy you. So that's the analogy. And the last one here is Shuchitvam, a person who is pure in thought. Tyagita is able to sacrifice. Shaurya is very brave. Samanyam Sukha Dukhayoho can be balanced and equanimous in pleasure and pain. Dakshinyam is very efficient. Anuraktischa and has devotion for the Lord. Satyata, honesty. These are the qualities of a good friend. In that, the devotion for the Lord is very important. A person who is devoted to the Lord definitely will be a good friend, and that company of that friend is not just called friendship, it is called as satsang. The company of good people. So these are a few verses from our scriptures. Through all this, see, with friendship and all that, one important aspect is more than we having friends outside, what is important is that our mind, which is with us all the time, that mind should be befriended. In all these examples of Arjun, of Karna and of Sugriv, one common thing which is not there is they have not befriended their own mind. A person who does not befriend one's own mind, in the Gita, that's why it said the mind is your best friend and the mind is your worst enemy. Because friends, how long will you be? Even if you spend 20 hours with the friends, when you come back, the rest of the 4 hours you have to deal with your own mind. So that mind must definitely be befriended. We will take up in the next one of the my sessions, we will take up my mind. So how do we befriend our mind? Because today I think the time is up and I don't want to take up more time right now. But befriending the mind is a very important aspect which we should learn. How do I befriend my own mind? Because if my mind is in my control and I have befriended the mind, whatever I do will be fine, will be right, will be giving me success and happiness both. And when I befriend my mind, then only I can befriend the Lord. See, when there is human life which we have got, these two are the things which we can do, which nobody else in this whole creation can do. One is befriend your mind and other is befriend the Lord. Nobody else in the creation is capable of even understanding or tuning up with the Lord in one's own heart. That is so important because in the Gita, Bhagavan says, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Uchati. A person who understands that the Lord is the friend of all beings and that Lord is in my heart, that person attains peace, that person becomes fearless, that person becomes so secure in life. Because friends outside come and go. They themselves have their limitation. Can we become secure in the love of limited people? Our demand is for unconditional love, right? Who loves us unconditionally as we are? Even the love of parents, though very pure and very noble, love of the mother also is an example which we give always. But even there some expectations come. Only one who loves us unconditionally is Bhagavan. And that Bhagavan who is our friend all the time with us. See, our friends in different phases in life, they change. No? We saw there are some school buddies, there are some college friends, then there are some workplace colleagues. They will change. Some are best friends. But even the best friends are not there throughout. Will the same friends continue in the next life? That soulmate and all is very so-called popular concept, but it doesn't work that way. Life after life after life, who comes with us? Every moment of my life, this life, throughout my evolution, the only one who is with us at all times is the Lord. What do I do to be aware? And it is not that Bhagavan is waiting for our friendship. He is doing his job as a friend. Beautifully he is doing. You know, the words is used is suhrit. It's so beautiful word. There is difference between suhrit and a mitra. Mitra means a person who returns your favor. You do something good, then that person also does good to you. That is called a mitra. That's why they say, no, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So somebody said a friend who is always in need is not a friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend always is one. So you have a certain reciprocation. But a suhrat is one who gives you, whether you bother or you don't bother, unasked. That person is your well-wisher and always gives. That Lord is in our heart. Whether we bother about him or not. Even the person who calls himself as an atheist, Bhagavan doesn't say, Kyare, he is calling me non-existent. I will not support him. Bas. I will not digest his food. I will not allow his heart to beat. I will not allow the breathing to happen. Bas, he doesn't deserve. Nothing. Unconditionally, every minute of our life, the Lord is there with us. That Lord, one has to become aware of. And in Ramayana, Bhagavan says so beautifully that just once, even once if somebody comes to me and surrenders totally, he said, I make that person totally fearless. Meaning what? If once also we recognize the presence of the Lord in our heart, and we open up ourselves and we surrender to that Lord, we become aware that in me there is that divine presence. Call it consciousness, call it truth, call it God, call it whatever name you want, reality, Bhagavan, Krishna, whatever name. Those who become aware that the Lord is in my heart, with me all the time, nothing can make them scared after that. Nothing. Because the power that runs the whole universe is in your heart. After that, will you ever be scared? That I don't get money, I don't get promotion, I did not get that, I didn't get that love. Our Lord loves us unconditionally. Nobody is anath actually. Nobody is an orphan. Nobody is insecure. Once one knows that Bhagavan loves me as I am, and his love for me is always there, unconditionally there, it will never diminish. To tune up to that is called as devotion. So that love which we give towards the friends and relatives and family, etc. And that same love, a part of it is channelized to the Lord within me. I spend some time in doing certain spiritual practices, devotional practices. I tune up to that Lord. The amount of peace that one experiences, freedom from fear that one experiences, gratitude. Nowadays what people talk about, gratitude, be grateful, then you will never feel stressed out, you will never feel insecure because gratitude fills your life. What is that gratitude? Is that feeling that Bhagavan blessed me with so many things. And that feeling of gratitude, when it is there in our heart, and every day I am able to tune up to the Lord, I become strong. I can give unconditionally, I can love unconditionally, I can serve unconditionally. That's how these great masters could do. If people like Jesus can say on the cross that forgive them, they know not what they do, how could they say that? And for what was he crucified? No fault of his. He just proclaimed the truth that the Father in the heaven and I are one. They said it is blasphemy and they crucified him. So all the great masters, Gurudev, Vivekananda, Samat Ramdas, Mirabai, Andal, Tukaram, so many of them, they have realized the truth in their heart and they realize that that same truth is there in everybody's heart. That is the highest form of friendship. So in the Vedic declaration, there is one line which is very beautiful which says, Mitrasya Chakshusha Sarvani Bhutani Samikshanta. That I look at the whole creation and all beings as my friend. How can that come? Only with this vision of oneness, that there is one truth which is there in the hearts of all people. And one who identifies with that Lord that person becomes free. So through our friends in this world, we become more and more selfless. Slowly, slowly as we become selfless, we befriend our own mind. And as you befriend your own mind and mind becomes pure and calm, surrenders the ego, you befriend the Lord. And you realize that that Lord and me are actually one. That is how friendship can lead you to the supreme state of realization. And in the Ramayana and in Mahabharata, that is the culmination of friendship which has been shown. And how Arjun, a deluded man, how he was lifted to those heights. Is it not the compassion of Bhagavan? Bhagavan doesn't even bother whether you are his enemy. Bhagavan gave Vishwarup Darshan to Duryodhan and Dhritarashtra before Arjun also. Just think of the compassion of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan went there to act, to play the role of a peace messenger, Duryodhan wanted to capture the Lord. Bhagavan did not make it an ego issue at all that what you, a jiva, will capture me. He could have taken his Sudarshan Chakra and finished off Duryodhan. But what is his compassion? He gave him Vishwarup Darshan. Before Arjun also. That is the compassion of the Lord. This Sugriv. What was that Sugriv? And where Bhagavan lifted him? He realized that the Lord is my friend. And yet he became indulgent. And he forgot his duty. But look at the compassion of the Lord. Even Ravan was given liberation by Bhagavan. So that is the compassion. And so that is how friendship can be a very helpful tool for us to evolve in life. So for today we will stop here and we will continue our journey through the Maya sessions, the upcoming session. There are a few announcements with which I want to just conclude. All of you have been given these sheets, right? So there is a camp which is coming up which is called as I Transform. It is a national youth convention. Youth from all over the world, all over the country are going to come here. And it is happening after again 5 years. So what we have is Puja Guruji, Swami Tejamananji, who is the global head of the mission, Swami Mitrananji, Chidupananji, me. All of us together are in one place. We are going to conduct this camp on 7 levels of transformation. Apart from that, with Guruji will take a text called Essence of Spiritual Knowledge. Today everybody says, no, I am spiritual, I am not religious. Then come to find out what is the true spirituality. And what is the Chinmaya mission pledge, which speaks about leadership, team building. So one side is the empowerment as an individual, other side is the empowerment even in your career, in a corporate life, about team building, about leadership, etc. And there are lots of other activities, group discussions, movie workshops, treks, cultural nights, all that, a lot of things are there. This is 9th to 13th October at Chinmaya Vibhuti. 1,000 youngsters will be there. It would be a very different experience. And it's not easy to be a part of such an experience. Because we do these camps only once in 5-6 years. And I know even here some of you are sitting whose lives have been transformed just because some of you have come to such camps. And the whole journey started from there. Some of them were even pushed unwillingly. You just go. One camp you attend and come, then we'll see what happens. And then whole thing changed after that. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Please do mark your dates. And in this very camp, we are going to perform a play called India 2047. It's a play that Chinmaya Yogendra Chennai has written and produced, and it speaks about past, present and future. What will be the vision of the future, India 2047, 100 years after our independence? To reach there, how we need to draw the pride from the past and then work efficiently in the present. So for that play, we are going to have Mumbai Chicks perform. So if you like to be on stage, one of the best ways to befriend your mind is theatre. Because you have to get in and out of the roles, for which you need mind mastery. And it's a very nice experience. For us, theatre is not a medium to entertain, it's a medium to reach a message to people. And so we have also done earlier lots of plays here. Drishya was done, and then we took up Death, we took up Surya, and we acted in that, danced in that, a lot of things we did. So it becomes a good team building activity and a way to manifest your potential. So whoever wants to not only come for the camp, but here is an opportunity. If you like to be in theatre, see, theatre one is to act, that is important. But then there's costume, there's lights, there's sound, there's music, there's many things, backstage. You can get involved in any of these and it's a very rich experience. So if you want to be a part of this group, which is going to perform India 2047, Shiva is here. He is an actor, a proper professional actor. And you can give your name and number to him and we will be in touch with you. In your own area where you are staying, we will have some team hopefully working there, and there are some scenes which we are dividing area wise. So the chicks in those areas will do those scenes, so you can be a part of that. So that is one. We have a shorter camp before that, that is just a 2.5 days camp, which is called VIP. If you think you are a very important person in life, or you want to become a very important person, then come to this camp. It is called Vedanta Inspired Practice. It's again at Vibhuti and it's in September from 12th to 15th. And there are only from Thursday evening to Sunday afternoon. And the text which we will be taking there is called Dhanyashtakam. That what are the characteristics of a fulfilled life? Not only a successful life, but a life of fulfillment. So Dhanyashtakam. And there we have again all these usual things, bhajans, and it is during the youth empowerment program, and there will be youngsters who are going through the course there. About YEP, I will tell Akshata and Ankita to come and present. You have to do that, right? So they will tell you more about YEP, and during that course this will be there. It's a very nice time again to be there. You have been given a form that what we do at CHIK. This is what we do in CHIK. Just to give you a basic orientation of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. You can become formal members of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. The contribution is rupees 400 for the whole year. This is the membership form. And when you become a member, you get our monthly magazine Chinmaya Sandesh. You are on our email database. Plus you can get discounts on books and publications, discounts on camps, and invitations to some important talks, events, seating preference, and a lot of benefits which are there. So this makes you a formal member of Chinmaya mission itself. And then you are in touch with the Chinmaya family, because Chinmaya Yuva Kendra is a youth wing of Chinmaya mission. And if we are a part of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, it would be nice to get connected to the whole mission as such, because we are whole Chinmaya family together. And lastly, we have a book reading session in South Mumbai, which is on 23rd August, and that is by Swami Mitranandji, and it is in Kitab Khana from evening 6 to 7 p.m. He would read these passages from this book called Kindle Light. This is the first book which a person gets introduced to in Vedanta when you come to study Vedanta systematically. The basic concepts of Vedanta are covered very beautifully in this book called Kindle Light. So a few excerpts Swamiji will read, and then there will be an interactive session there. It would be very inspiring. And if you want to introduce somebody to spirituality, this is the first book, and this session by itself can be a eye-opener. So please do come and invite more and more people for it. Right. Yeah, that I will do at the end. So they will tell you about YEP, then we conclude. As we finish the Shanti Mantra, then you can come, and we have a small band for you, which says, my friend, my mind, my friend. So this you can keep with you till you befriend your mind. Watch it every day. Did I befriend my mind? I have to make my mind my own friend.